Yeah, so I started playing in about 2008, and so I've been playing for almost 10 years now. And I started playing when I started high school. So my father got me into it. He was also my saxophone teacher all throughout high school. And yeah, so ever since then I've just developed the skills to play the horn from mainly my father. Yeah, playing the instrument is huge for me. I mean, I'm pretty much playing whenever I can, every chance I get. I'm either performing with my saxophone or practicing with my saxophone. Practicing especially is really quite a meditative sort of process. I would spend hours a day, perfecting what I'm doing, sort of perfecting what I'm doing for my own sake, but as well as for the audience's sake, obviously, for, that perfect performance. When I started playing the saxophone, going through high school bands and things like that, it was all about, learning how to read music, reading sheet music, and learning repertoire for festivals or, just things for academic purposes, I guess. But then moving further down the line with, say, performances that we do with Sifa, a lot of it's improvised. I'm sort of jamming along as well as dancing along with DJs or percussionists or whoever we're performing with. And a lot of it's just about listening, developing, your listening skills so you can latch on to everything that the DJ's giving you and the percussionist as well. But then, those skills of reading music have always stuck with me. So, if any client does sort of require, that we learn a bit of music and they send us the music, we can do it no work. The first time I got a saxophone actually was my Christmas before year 7, so before I started high school. And I remember there was a big delivery that arrived at the house. I think it must have been Christmas Eve. And everybody sort of ran to the door to get this delivery, but I wasn't allowed to attend. So, I suspected it might have been a present for me. And then so for the rest of the evening, I was trying to guess what it was. For the rest of the night, I was, counting my parents with, is it this, is it that? And then the final one, I was like, no, it better not be a saxophone. I didn't want a saxophone at all, and I knew Dad played the saxophone, obviously, but I told my parents I don't want a saxophone, and the look on their face was a little bit of concern, obviously. But come Christmas Day, I saw the saxophone there, and I've loved it ever since. As a performer, I don't really get too nervous at all. It's never really too much of a nerve-wracking experience, especially when the crowd's all happy, the crowd wants you to have fun. I obviously want the crowd to have fun. It's not really the sort of environment where I see the need for nerves too much. It's all about a good vibe. Yeah, wedding's all about celebrating two people and their love for each other, and as performers we're all there to accentuate that big celebration. We're there to have a good time and sort of fill the crowd with that sort of energy. Yeah, we've had some massive events with Sifa. Red Ball Foundation, Fight for Cancer celebration, and the lavish bat mitzvah that we played at the Hyatt Hotel, as well as sort of private functions in Turak and some big mansions around the place. We played some great events. They're all highlights, I guess. Just a great party is what we do. Yeah, the Fight for Cancer Foundation was a massive gig. A lot of emotions at that event because there were a lot of invested sort of people attending. A lot of big celebrities, big names. A lot at stake. But it was a great performance that we were involved in. I think we brought a lot of light, a lot of fun, a lot of positive energy towards that event, which is, essentially what we're all about at all of our events. I mean, at the end of the day, it was a similar event because we're there still sort of creating a great vibe for the audience. We had fewer people there, and it was a full house where everyone's, partying, having a good time. It's a celebration day. It was still a great dynamic, we're just out there having a great time. Touring's huge for musicians, we get to play for a massive round of crowds, massive variation of audiences, and it's a great time for the band to get in sync, but it's also a great chance to sort of develop your own sort of sense of a performer, gain that professional sort of atmosphere that we were talking about before, and really hone your skills as a band as performers. Professionalism is huge in this industry. We're working for a client, but we're also creating a great vibe for the client. So it's a tricky situation, but at the end of the day, you got to, present yourself well, dress well, be respectful to clients, and really convince them through your performance that you're there for a great time.